What's up, comic fam, and welcome back to another episode of the Wednesday Paper. It's your boy Mike Skinner, and today we're going to be hopping into an awesome, jam-packed week of comics. So many fun titles coming out, and I just can't wait to dive into them. Be sure to share with me what books you guys are picking up this week, guys. Do remember, I can't put every book on my pull list, so these are the books that I'm looking at this week. But if you're looking at a book that you think should be on my pull list, definitely let me know. I'd love to chat about it. So without further ado, let's jump into the coolest pull list on the internet, the Wednesday Paper. First up this week for Marvel, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 6, or issue number 900 if you're into that. I'm really enjoying this series so far, although I gotta say, I can't get behind the art style. I really am not feeling the John Romita Jr. stuff. I'm not trying to dog him or anything. I don't feel like he's a bad artist. Obviously, he's very talented, but just something about the way he draws Spider-Man just doesn't resonate with me. I'm not a huge fan of it. I won't lie, I did go a little overboard on this. I bought a lot of covers, and I didn't realize it was a $10 book until after I had bought all these covers at FOC. So I don't regret it, obviously, but just know that they are $10, so you might want to stick with one that you really like. Personally, I'd recommend probably something with this new character on it. This is the first appearance of the Sinister Adaptoid, and it seems to be some kind of fusion or merging of all the Sinister Six characters' abilities. So I don't know if this character is going to do anything or be anything, but it is always nice to have the first cover appearance with the first appearance of the character. So if you are trying to decide on a book, that might be something to think about. Up next on our list, we have Ant-Man number 1, and this is a brand new limited series from Marvel, and definitely capitalizing on all this awesome news that just came out of San Diego Comic-Con revolving around Ant-Man and his trailer. So definitely excited to see that in person eventually. However, for now we have this brand new series, and honestly, I'm excited. Why not? Ant-Man's a cool character. Personally, I'll be sticking with this cover B, which is a Patrick Gleason Stormbreakers cover. And what a dope cover. I mean, the Hulk just getting knocked out by this tiny little Ant-Man. Such a cool picture. I love the background color, how it's vibrant and red. So this is the cover that I'm going to go with. I could also see anybody going for the A cover as well. A cover is really, really nice. So honestly, just go with the cover you like. But for me, it's definitely going to be the B cover. Next up, we have Captain America, Symbol of Truth. And I always get this one confused with Sentinel of Liberty. I think it's cool that we have two Captain Americas, but I wish the titles were just a little different because it just messes with my brain. Anyways, I really love this cover A. I think this is a really, really awesome Falcon cover. We get a lot of covers of him flying around, but we don't really get a lot of covers of him just kicking ass. So this is a really awesome cover, and I love Dr. Doom, so bonus points for having Doom on the front. This series has been a lot of fun. Honestly, both of these Captain America series have been kind of fun. I haven't gotten bored of this series yet. It's been on my pull list, and personally, I will be going with cover A this week. Up next on the list, we have Iron Cat number 2, which Iron Cat number 1 was a big success, turns out. A lot of people really enjoyed it, myself included. They liked who the character reveal was. They liked that it had a history with, Felicia Hardy and all this stuff. I thought it was a great first issue, so kudos to Marvel for putting out a title that could have been really bad and actually making a good series. This week we have issue 2, and honestly, I usually go for cover A, but this Predator cover is awesome, guys. This is not the first Predator cover that I have picked up, and I just think that they've been killing it. This is a really cool one with all the different faces on the wall, with the black cat hanging out in the background. This is just awesome cover art, so if you're into cover art and you like Predator, this is such an awesome cover. Up next, we have Strange number 4, and this series has been really, really good, but I honestly couldn't tell you what happened in the last issue. I remember really enjoying this series in general, but these books come out so far between that sometimes I just wish I would wait and read them all together in a trade. But I do remember enjoying the series, so I'm definitely going to be picking this one up. I know they're bringing back an old Moon Knight character in this, plus Clea is going to be in the MCU soon, so her being the Sorcerer Supreme and being the main character of the series, I think this is a cool run to have, so I'll definitely be picking this one up, and I'm sticking with the cover A this week. Up next on my pull list, we have Venom number 9, and I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't know if I'm going to keep pulling this one. I really wanted to like this series. I love Al Ewing. I think he's a great writer. Just not really feeling this series, and it's in the same kind of place for me as the Hulk series that Donny Cates is doing. I love Donny Cates. I love so much of his stuff, but these two series for characters that I thought I would enjoy, I just haven't been on board with it. So unless there's something drastic in this that I feel like, okay, maybe I should stick around, I might be dropping Venom at least for a little while because I'm really not enjoying it. I'd rather spend the money elsewhere in a different book and maybe try something else. But this week I am picking up Venom number 9, and I'm hoping it's good, guys. Let me know, do you guys agree with me? Do you think Venom's been good? Do you not like it? Let me know down in the comments below. And just like last week, guys, we have Star Wars books this week, and they are these awesome Choose Your Destiny variants. I preached about them last week. I'm going to preach about them again this week. We have Asajj Ventress on Dr. Aphra number 22. And then we have Obi-Wan number 3 with Kit Fisto. Awesome characters, guys. More obscure characters that you really don't get a lot of limelight. So I'm really enjoying that they're putting these covers together with these characters that aren't always huge characters. I mean, I would say Asajj Ventress is pretty big, but not in the movies, obviously. That being said, I'm going to continue to collect this run all the way to the end. You know, they're probably going to make 400 of these, and I'm going to own every single one, but I think one day it will be worth it, and I think you guys should be keeping an eye on these. Guys, this week we have DC Mech number 1, and on first glance, I was like, why would these characters need mechs? But anyways, once I got over that, I realized Dan Mora is doing the B covers, and I'm a sucker for cool design variants, not lazy ones like this, but good ones like this. I'll personally be collecting this whole set. He's doing the B cover for the whole run. It is a limited run, and I'll go ahead and throw all the other covers up for you right now. So if you're a huge Dan Mora fan like I am, definitely be checking out these B covers, because honestly, I can't see this series having a super high print run. Could be wrong, but I think these covers are going to be sleepers, and I think they look amazing. I had a few different Batman books to choose from this week. Batman Fortress has been pretty good as well, but honestly I ended up going with 1062 just because Ram V's taken over. He's currently writing Carnage, which I think is amazing. He's been writing Aquaman, which I think has been pretty good, so I want to see what he does with this. And honestly, I really enjoyed the kind of creepy Phantom of the Opera kind of style he's giving this. For that reason, that book will be on my list this week, and I am grabbing cover A. Jumping into the bulk of our pull list is the indie stuff, and we're starting off with I Hate This Place number 3. This series has been a lot of fun. It's about a couple that moves into a haunted house, and they have to stay there because after they stay there a year, they can make all this money and their life will be great again. But unfortunately, the house is haunted and there's a lot of other stuff going on in the background. So far, I've really been enjoying this title, and issue 3 is coming out this week. I'm super excited to jump into it and see what it's all about, and I think you guys should check it out. It's been a really fun title. Up next, we have Public Domain number 2. This is a brand new title from Chip Zdarsky, which I feel like we say a lot lately. I love Chip Zdarsky, so more the merrier. This is a really cool title. The first issue was awesome, and I really didn't know what to expect because I had no idea what the book was about. Essentially, it's a social commentary about how creators are treated in the world we live in today. You know, we have all these people making these characters, these properties, these amazing imaginative creations, and they're being sold off to companies that really just see dollar bills. You know, and not to say that Marvel or DC or any of these companies are only in it for money, but it is a commentary on how the actors and the directors and the people that are controlling these properties really don't care about them as much as the actual creator who had this love and passion for the character, and they're usually the ones that get the short end of the stick. I won't spoil the ending of issue 1 for you, but definitely go check it out. It's a really good read, and I think the series is going to be a good one. Up next, we have one of 3 different books that are all in the same universe and all on my pull list this week. This is Radiant Black number 16. I'll be getting all 3 of these covers this week, guys, because honestly, I am a huge Radiant Black fan. Radiant Black has been an awesome mix of Invincible meets Power Rangers, and it's got a lot more depth to it than you think, so I definitely would check it out because you never know. Up next on the list, we have Radiant Red number 5, and this has actually been my least favorite of the Radiant books, unfortunately. Not to say that I don't like the series, but it definitely feels like it's been the weakest in my opinion. This is the final issue of this miniseries, so I am excited to see how it concludes. Either way, it is on my pull list this week, and I'll be getting cover A. And then wrapping up the Radiant Verse books, we have Rogue Sun number 6, and this is my favorite of all the Radiant books that I'm reading right now. Rogue Sun, if you're not reading Rogue Sun, you really don't even need to read Radiant Black to read Rogue Sun. Maybe eventually you will, but right now, Rogue Sun is kind of its own thing, and truthfully, I have been loving it. It's got this gothic horror style, and he fights goblins and demons and witches, and it's just really, really cool. The story behind it is awesome. I don't want to spoil too much because only 6 issues in. Definitely jump into Rogue Sun if you haven't already. It is very, very good. The storyline is getting thicker. If you haven't, go read Rogue Sun. Up next, we have 2 books that also share a universe. First, we have House of Slaughter number 7. I'll be getting the A cover and this little neat polybagged cover that's supposed to be a surprise, but spoiler alert, I'll give you 3 seconds to get out of here before I show it. Ta-da! All in all, I've been liking this whole universe as well. I think House of Slaughter is a little weaker than Something is Killing the Children, but this new arc is promising. We have new characters, so I'm excited to see what happens there. And for those reasons, I will be adding these books this week to my pull list. And to wrap up the show this week, guys, we have a big one. Something is Killing the Children, number 25. We've got a billion covers for this, guys. I'm getting cover A, and I am also picking up some exclusives. I feel like if you haven't been looking at the exclusives, you might want to, because there are some really cool ones. This issue features many covers that have the first cover appearance of a big character named Cutter, which seems to be like the main villain moving forward in the series. So definitely be checking those out and maybe consider getting one of those Cutter covers, because this series has been so hot, and if this character ends up becoming a fan favorite, you definitely going to want to have that first cover appearance. And that wraps it up, guys, for another awesome week of comics. Thank you so much for being here. I hope there's a book on my list that you find that maybe you didn't know about before that you enjoy, and if there's a book you think I should be reading this week that's not on my list, definitely let me know down in the comments below. I would love to chat with you guys about comics. Take care of yourselves, be safe out there, and happy reading. I'll see you next week. Peace.